Entities of the Appalachian Mountains. Written by Vampcourt Isabella. The clock strikes closer to 12 a.m., leaving me frantically running around my small home, rushing to perform my nightly rituals. Ensuring the front and back doors are locked and the latches are in place. Every window is sealed and the locks pushed all the way towards the right, as tightly as possible. The windows are covered as to prevent myself from being vulnerable to all that lurks in the night. I rush up the stairs of my small 2-story home, which rests on the border of the forest composing of the Appalachian Mountains. Alone, night after night since my husband died in a biking accident just mere miles from where I sleep. I am compelled to follow his voice once it reveals itself, always at the tick of 12 a.m. He calls for me through the windows, through the back and front doors, and from the edge of the woods from which he took his last breath over a month ago. The locals claim it was not an accident which caused his death, but rather the entities testing their limits as they become stronger with each full moon. Born and raised among these mountains, I know better than anyone the dangers of awaking the creatures that roam in the night. But perhaps my foreign husband was never the cautious and careful man I believed him to be. Perhaps he took my warnings for granted, my tales of the Wendigo which roams the edge of the forest night after night, looking for a prey that dares to step out of their home base at all the wrong hours. The tales of the eyes which watch day and night, reporting back to that which controls them as a honeybee does its queen. The tales which are not mere tales, but rather a recount of the dogmen who heard the innocent bystander who forgot the don't hear, don't see, and don't speak rule that strikes once the sun releases its protective grasp over the range after 7 p.m. My husband, an innocent yet naive man, must have woken that which I speak of, and now his soul is entwined with the woods which devoured his body and yearned for another victim. I am not ignorant to his screams for me, for I know they are the entity which mimics his voice, trying to encourage me to follow and become that which has befallen my husband. The nightly rituals are a must, but I find myself struggling to pick up the load that my husband once carried. As I lay in my bed, I recount all I've done to ensure every task was taken care of. The front and the back doors are locked, check. The windows are latched and covered, check. The salt is poured around the borders of my home, check. The tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock strikes 12 a.m. My heart skips a beat as I wait for the moans of my husband to arise outside, though the sounds threaten to rip my eardrums and possess a chokehold over me which can only be released by following his voice. As long as he cannot enter this house, I am safe. I digress, finishing my mental to-do list. The basement cellar is latched, and the chimney, oh, the chimney. Immediately shaking, I throw the covers off of me and sprint to my chimney. Oh, please God, don't let him notice. All I have to do is pull the handle to close the vent. Sprinting down my flight of stairs, I am almost there, when snap. My ankle twists and I fall down the stairs howling in pain. Sweat beads around my hairline as I dare look down at my ankle, slowly drawing my gaze to the immense pain I feel and the warmth that pools around my leg. I look down to see my ankle bone protruding from the skin, breaking slowly as the flesh peels from my body, releasing a howl from pain loud enough for every creature to hear. As I bite down on my tongue and taste the blood pool, redirecting my attention, I hear the thuds of footsteps on my roof. Oh God, please don't be him. Save me. Please save me. Attempting to grasp the railing and pull myself up, I immediately fall, recognizing my fate. Nails creating a high-pitched screeching sound as the body of my husband falls through the chimney, seeking my screams. I pull myself to the edge of my hallway to have a clear view of the chimney, and as I feel my body weakening from the loss of blood, I see the decayed and blackened hands of my husband's corpse reach out from the bottom of the chimney. He is coming. No, not he, for the corpse is not my husband, but the entity of something much more wicked inhabiting his empty flesh shell. I release another scream, hoping anything might hear me and magically save me, but I know this is my time. As my heart quickens, forcing the blood to pour faster, the corpse pulls itself from the chimney, and as my vision begins to go, all I am left to see is the mauled corpse that reveals no pure accident killed my husband. Perhaps my death will be ruled an accident as well.